Now give me 5 on the black side. You know how we ride. No discrimination, just education. Wrote it crystal clear, our contributions to this nation. Ease the frustration. Love is always better than confrontation. Rocks gon' keep it live and keep it smooth. On my Tupac when they come to dropping jewels. Ooh, you know how I do. Growing and evolving, but keep it true.
You're definitely on the right path, Rocky. In dealing with all these obstacles. You make it seem so easy. How do you make it seem so easy? How do you do what you do? What is that thing about you, Rocky?
All right, here we are, and this is Under the Groove. We're a part of this Get Out, man, and I'm hoping that this Get Out is touching people and it's reaching destinations, man, never been reached. That's the objective, man, to reach the people. This is Under the Groove, touching bases with the people. I'm your host, Bub. It's a pleasure to be here, and hopefully that will be reciprocated by the people who coming into this Get Out. Here we go. All right. This is where we see no evil, we hear no evil, and we speak no evil. Touching bases with the people is about keeping everything above board and straight. It's about respect. It's about love, man. It's about commenting on those things that affect us the most. So let's get into this like we normally do every Tuesday and Thursday from 6:15 until whenever I get that phone call or that nod that it's time to cut it short, hang it up, let it go. All right, that's how we do. Again, man, it's an honor to always be here before the people, and the people is the reason why we're doing this. So let's get it in like we normally do. Remember, black first, man. B1 equals black first. All right, we're keeping focus on the focus, and we're here to get down with this get out. So let's get down with the get out. All right. I see you at a little H top 112. He says, shout out Under the Groove, big homie. I appreciate the knowledge and wisdom you give the people. Listen, man, I'm only giving back. I'm reciprocating. That's just basically what it is, brother. I got it from those that I think that I involved myself with who was solid. I got jewels, man, along my road, my journey, man. I'm just giving that back. I'm dropping it right back down. I'm not dropping it. I want to hand it to the people, man. So just the fact that you said, hey, man, we appreciate it. Hey, I appreciate you recognizing this, man, and coming and being a part of this. Get in. All right. That's what's happening, homie. More homeboys and homegirls, not just from over, but from all over. You need to come get a bar of what we're talking about up in here, because what we're discussing, what we share with the people, you're not going to see that nowhere else, man. Social media, not on the shit that we're seeing on social media. Most of our loved ones, man, they're in the fray, man. None of it makes sense, all right? Again, you don't pay no bills. It's not giving individuals, man, not just education and knowledge, but the wherewithal, to go and get some shit done, man. It really needs to be handled. So what I'm doing, I think I'm supposed to do, all right? And hopefully, brother, you're getting it and you're giving it away as well, all right? That's what it's about, man. Loving one another, showing each other the way, man. Loving yourself, then loving one another and showing the way. We have a responsibility. We are accountable for everything we do, we think, say, and do. So keep that in mind, man. No matter where you are, no matter who you're around, be a stand-up individual. Always be a stand-up individual, bro. Never compromise your get at, right? Speak truth to power, man. Whoever you're speaking to. You speaking to them, look them in the eyes, man. Make sure you get that back. These are the things that's being missed in the communities. We don't know how to carry ourselves correctly and properly anymore. Everything goes, and that's really not the way things are meant to be. We have to be accountable. We have to be responsible. I'm doing my part. And for those who come and get out in this world congregation, touching bases with the people, they do theirs as well. So it's all appreciated. All right, little H-Top, man. Appreciate you in this. Get down, brother. This platform is for you. You got something you want to speak to that's above board and respectful. It's insightful, man. It's power. Drop it in the comments, man. The Royal Group Congregation will address everything that come up in here. All right? Peace and love to you, bro. H's. Queen Nzinga, good evening to all the kings and queens in the Royal Group Congregation. There's that shout out for Queen Nzinga. She's back. Uh-huh. It's a beautiful thing, man. Lonzo Johnson. Say hello, big bub. I shared 2 of your shows on Twitter, bro. Good to see you. Hope you and the family are well. Peace. Keep pushing. That's what this is about, man. The fact that you did that is appreciated, man. Because, you know, a lot of brothers, you know, listen. I think it goes further than us coming on this platform and speaking our piece, you know, truth to power. It goes further than that. Now, that's just one aspect of it. The other is to move in the direction of being proactive. Let's use that word. What you done is proactive, bro. What you did is proactive, bro. Ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about that. You know what I mean? So that's appreciated. The fact that you was willing to do that on your time is appreciated. You're spreading the word, man. Brothers are waking up now, and sisters, we're waking up now, man. We have to. We have to. Because anybody who say they're cool with the state of affairs in all of our communities, hey, man, I'm going to tell y'all something. You might want to get them 50 feet. You might want to get space yourself, you know, create some space from those individuals, man, because it ain't nothing they dispensing or putting out, man, constructive, positive, or worthy. All right. So this, what we seeing happen in our communities all over LA, not just LA, not just California, all over this country, man. It ain't pretty. It's not pretty. But the fact that you in here, brother, and you doing what you did, come on, man, that's a precedent. That's a new precedent. You know, I can't, I'm gonna have to get at the Royal Group Congregation and ask them, how many of y'all have went on Twitter, maybe even TikTok, and shared clips or whatever our discussion was? Because what we're discussing is for the people. It's for the betterment, not just of ourselves, but our people. And this is how we get that out there. So I appreciate you, Alonzo Johnson. Man, peace and blessings to you and yours, brother. All right? And keep pushing. Keep pushing. All right? Lisa Moore, how you doing? Lisa Moore 5'3", man. Hey, big bro, I hope all is well with you and the family. Blessings to the kings and queen in the chat. Yep, this is the Royal Group Congregation, and this is where we come to pay homage to one another, to our people, to our communities, you know? I did some interviews this past weekend. They were, in my opinion, they were good interviews. They were great interviews. It was a first for Under the Groove podcast because these were Black sisters. Sisters came and sat down on the platform, and we went in, y'all. We went in. Very emotional, touching, you know, just a touching gathering. You know, we sat down and we discussed the perspective, let's say the perspective of Black women. Since this podcast or this platform been up, we never had a sister on the platform. It was a first, and I think that it was great. You know, now we have a new perspective. Now, you know, it's not divided, you know, it's all inclusive for sure, for sure. Our next move, wait a minute, before I go into that, these sisters were Soldier Denise Williams, Lesite Karen Brown, and another sister by the name of Miss Cat. All right. Her last name, what was that? Perkins, Clark Perkins. So I think it's Caitlin Clark Perkins. All right. But all these 3 sisters dispense knowledge. They kicked out, you know, some of what their experiences have been like in the communities. One is from Hoover, another was from Brims, all right? And the third sister was a non-affiliated, but she has ties to the community or to the communities. She has family who's been in the system. She has family that's been through all, you know, sorts of things and experiences. That goes for all 3. the fact that they were willing to come up here and sit with, the platform, like I say, it speaks volumes, man. It was loud and clear. All right, so y'all go check that out, man. It is on YouTube, Under the Groove podcast. I dropped episode 1 today with Sister Soldier Denise and Karen Brown, aka the Psych. All right, and hey, man, it's worth it. It's worth it. Go check them out, man. Like, share, and comment. Also, when you go in, leave a comment. Subscribe for those who haven't subscribed yet, if you see fit. But that conversation, like I said, for us, it went into the direction that the podcast is going in. It was part of that transition I've been speaking about for the last month or so. I can't be more humble, man. Just having them sisters on here discussing with us, their experience. Their experience is something that a lot of us don't pay mind to. We tend to think, or we have this way of thinking about sisters. I've said it. Sisters are great. I've said that, but we tend to think sisters don't go through nothing, or there's no weight, no baggage. What I mean? There's no issues that affect them, but there's a lot that affects our sisters in the community, much of which is never spoken of. All right. So y'all tune in to these episodes that I'm going to drop. We're going to open some eyes about a lot of what's going on with our sisters, man. All right. And the fact that they came in is just an indication that, or it should be an indication that the door is open for sisters to come and share, their experiences, their stories, or their input, solutions, resolutions, whatever the case may be. This platform exists for the people. This is the people's platform, all right? This is where we touch bases with the people Tuesday and Thursday. But the other part of it, the Under the Groove podcast, is wide open for the people in all the communities, all right? Excuse me. But yeah, man, it was an eventful day, to say the least. Very eventful. A whole lot of insight and knowledge. Not only that, there was also the fact that I said this already, but I'll repeat it. These sisters told their stories, all right? And we don't hear from sisters often enough, all right? So the fact that they were willing to tell their stories is something I think that's phenomenal. These were, in fact, phenomenal women. So here am I. I'll be dropping another episode tomorrow featuring Miss Cat. That would be, I think it's Clark Perkins. But people, check it out. Check it out, all right? Queen Nzinga 7 folks, it was a good session. I can't wait for part 2. Insightful sisters. I think strong sisters, very strong sisters, very capable, very capable. I've said before about sisters, I think, not just our youth is the way, or we need our youth in this get down, but we need our sisters in this get down, in this struggle with us. In fact, some may have to leave, I think sisters are capable of leading, so let's hope that we can get this thing up and running like we all envision it. This is for the people. Everything that we do is for the people, all right? Alonzo Johnson, man, he said, big bro, we really need to be more respectful to our women, and we definitely need to listen more and better because they have an insight that we can't have, I believe. Man, look, man, in a nutshell, all right? Here's a fact I think, Alonzo, about sisters, man. I think sisters, like I said about the youth, man, I think that, sisters are at the front line as well. And I don't necessarily mean in a warlike manner, but they are capable as well, even in that respect. Our sisters have a wealth of knowledge and experience, all right, that a lot of us lack. These are the bearers of our children. They take the brunt of most of what we go through in society. The black woman is treated worse than the black man. There's a reason for that. See, she is the birth of nations. She's the birth of the people, man. They hate the people, but they hate the sisters more. It's just my opinion. If we look at it deep enough, we look into it deeper, we'll see that my opinion may hold some truth to it. All right. But hey, man, our women, our Black women, there's no one better, man. There's no one better. There's no woman on the face of the earth who's better. In fact, like I said, they're the mothers of the earth. You know, all these people exist because of Black women. All right. That's truth to power right there. But I appreciate that comment, Alonzo. You go on to say, well, let me read it in part, in whole. I read it in part. Big bro, we really need to be more respectful to our women, and we definitely need to listen more and better because they have an insight that we can't have, I believe. They give life and air and are the first teachers. There it is. And I hadn't seen that part of the comment, brother, after I read the first piece of it when I got to spit, but we have the same understanding about our queens, man. They are the ones, and we need to give them a greater respect, you know, not just in terms of how we treat them, but how we represent them. You dig? Everything they do, man, they've done for us. They've done for us. Mothers have done everything they could for sons and daughters, you know? There's nowhere in the world, man, that we can think that everything that we're doing or whatever we think we're gonna do, it can't be done better than us doing it. If we're thinking like that, we're mistaken. There's only one other person, one other people or gender on this earth, Black, of course, that can do it better than men, Black men, and that's a Black woman. That's a Black woman. You know, you don't have to take my word for it, but I tell you what you could do, what you should do. Go back and reflect on your mother and your grandmother, you know, your big sister, your aunties, and recollect how they got down, how things got done. All right. When there was no way possible, we could fathom some shit getting taken care of, they found a way to take care of it. That's exactly what they did, and that's what they do to this day. In spite of everything we see going on, in spite of the youth not having that love, respect, not honoring, you know, the Black woman, and that goes for a lot of men as well. They are still the one. The one. I promise you that. I promise you that. I want to fix this screen. I don't like the way it looks. I want to fix this screen, man. There we go. Let's try that. Let's try that. All right. Hopefully that's better. Hopefully that's better. Yeah. So yeah, I've been just sitting up the last few days. Like I said, we had a session with 3 sisters here, man. Went on for hours, you know, and again, we touched on some of everything. All right. We're not going to do our people, our communities any justice until we start paying respect and homage to our sisters. All right. But we're going to need a lot of these women, these Black women, to stand with us, man, in terms of getting what's wrong with our communities right. To think that we don't need them for this task, for this endeavor, I think is a bad thought. It's an assumption that shouldn't exist. We need our sisters, man. We need them more than we know. We need them more than they know that we need them. You know what I mean? So let's get this thing up and running to where we got sisters in this. Get down and tell you the truth. They running the damn thing. I don't have a problem with it. I really don't. But they are needed, man. All right. Lisa Moore, how you been, sister? It's good to see you in this get down with us. All right. I was wondering if you caught episode 1 of Soldier Denise and LaSite. If so, give me your opinion on it if you feel like it. All right. Let me know what you think about that episode. I say, and I'll say again and again if necessary, it's nothing like it. There's nothing like having them sisters on this platform. Nothing like it. Let me send them shots out to Alonzo. You deserve that. Brothers, like I said, we need to recognize, man, for real, where the real power and strength is. All of us have mothers, you know, and even if we had some mothers that, you know, did what they did or whatever the kid may be, there had to be instances in that relationship, that life with your mom, when you saw flashes of not just brilliance, but excellence. You saw a teacher, you saw not just a mother, but a teacher, a guide, you know, and in some extent, or to some extent, your best friend. Ain't nothing like a mother, man. They hold the key, man. The women hold the key. All right. You know, like I said, man, it's not, I don't think it's right to exclude our community as a whole. And when I was saying that initially, I was talking about Bloods, Crips, non-affiliates, whatever the case may be. But I mean it more so when it comes to our sisters. We cannot exclude them. We have to ask for their assistance. You know, we have to go to them and let them know we need them. You know, and those are facts, man. If that I just said is a fact, we need our Black women. Straight up. Lonzo Johnson, Lisa Moore, okay, go on, man. Send them shots up, man. Give her flowers, man. Real spit. Real spit, man. Lonzo went on to say, yeah, right, big bro. You never hear these dudes thanking their mother for getting them to the age to look out for themselves. Jesus, we should say thank you, mama, every day. Every day, man, your mama, every day you're with her, you have her, man, for one. Should be a day that, yeah, you do nothing but lay praise at her feet. You know? You should be wise enough to thank your mother just for being there, man. Like I said, man, if you want to, there's no greater example of a stronger woman than a Black mother. Straight up. You know, I think about my moms every day. Like I said, I'm sitting here with these women this past Sunday. It was Sunday, right? No, Saturday. It was Saturday. I sat here with these sisters Saturday, man, and I'm telling you, man, the energy was just, it was palpable. And man, hey, man, do your this. And I think I said to my wife, I said, excuse me, this is one time I didn't overtalk people. Because I thought that, and I knew that what they were saying was truth to power, man. So the floor was theirs. Like I said, man, we got to pay respect to the women, man, our Black women. They deserve it, especially from us. Raymond Skull 102, man. How's it, brother? He says, salutations, bud. Peace and blessings to the group. And likewise, brother, I want to just get that right back to you, man. Peace and blessings to you and the Rage, man. Hey, man, it's glad to see you here, bro. All right. We were just discussing the role of a Black woman. And I'm going to tell y'all, man, there's no role greater. There's no role greater than that of a Black woman, especially when it comes to family, when it comes to our people. But we are family, whether we want to acknowledge it or not, a lot of us. There's no greater role. No one can fulfill this role of being positioned to hold that role down like a Black woman. And again, I say to the brothers, man, look to your mothers. Remember how moms was, how she got it done. You know, our moms didn't play. You know, even for some of us who have mothers that was caught up, there had to be moments, and you have to remember them, just think on them, where she was the light, man. In spite of, she was the light, you know? So we have to love our Black women the same way we love our mothers, because they are mothers too. The majority of them, you know? Just give them what they got coming, man. That's love and respect, and give them some peace. We have to bring peace to these sisters, man. We have to start healing their hearts, because I don't think no one suffered more than a Black woman. You know, no one is more traumatized than a Black woman. You know, brothers, yeah, we lose brothers and we lose homeboys and loved ones. Yeah, we lose, you know, we feel that. But I'm telling you, man, we can't relate, man. We can't relate to that hurt, that pain, that joy, man. You know, those hopes for their children, you know, man, don't nobody deal with what a Black woman deals with, straight up. All right. Straight up, man. So let's give that some consideration. You got a wife, you have a mother, a wife, sister, an auntie, or daughter. Praise them, man. Let them know they're supposed to be raised up high, man. You know, loved and respected. Loved and respected. And in most cases, no matter what, go and give them that. Go and give them that. They can get on your nerves sometimes, but you know what? They deserve love regardless. Don't nobody go through what they go through, y'all. Brothers, we sit up and we complain. We man, you know, step back though. Just step back for a minute, man, and reflect. Think about that black woman. You're going to be quiet, man. You're going to take a seat, man. Let her do what she's doing, man, and help her. Help her to get it done. That's all I'm saying, all right? That's all I'm saying. Alonzo Johnson, man, he goes and say, I'm sharing this. I'm sharing this with the world. I'm sharing this. The world needs to hear your message. The world needs to hear our message. We're waking up now. That's our message. And in that, man, us coming up out this fog, man, us coming up out this slumber, this sleep, man, this deep sleep we've been in, man, we letting the world know, man, be one first. Black first. All right? We want to focus on the focus, man. And we want them to know we gonna get out with this get out, man. Don't nobody do it like us. Don't nobody do it like us. The world need to hear us, see us come together. But we're not doing it to show. We're doing it because this is required of us, man. Don't nobody do it like us, man. Ain't nobody been through what we've been through. That's why you see all these other races, they're mad because they say, man, y'all got the knowledge. Y'all have the experience. Y'all know how to deal with these people. Y'all didn't help us. We need y'all. The fact of the matter is, though, they didn't get the help and love and support they thought they deserved or needed. It's because, you know, a lot of us, again, we're trying to struggle and fight our way out of this morass, man, this muck and mire we're in. Trying to clear our brains, man, so we can think straight and act accordingly, you know? So the more we come together, the more we begin to wake up, the more that's being put out there to lure us back to sleep, you know, to confuse us more, to distract us, to divide us, all right? The more that they see we're waking up, the more shit gonna be thrown at us, man, to put us back to sleep. We're not paying homage to the black woman because that's a part of this get down. That's the playbook in full effect. We call our women bees and hoes. We treat them like shit. We disrespect them. We beat them. We molest them. We do all kind of just wrong shit, man. They deserve better. They've been going through this shit, man, since the dawn of time. You know? Them people didn't put our women through way more than they didn't put us through. They deserve, man, love and respect. They deserve to be honored and protected. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. All right? So when we want to share something with the world, we want to share with them first. We love our black women first. What we're doing, just consider this too. What we need to be doing, what we're starting to do, we're waking up because we love our black women. We want to protect them first. We want to bring them peace. They need it. They need it. They deserve it, man. All right? So let's let the world see that. Let's let the world see our love for our women. Let them know, man. Let them know. This ain't just for our babies, man. This is for the mothers of our babies. Our mothers, our women. That's what I think, man. All right? So, hey, Alonzo, man, appreciate you saying that. And yeah, we need to share with the world our message. But it ain't for the world, it's for each other. Let's share our message with each other so it resonates, man. So it reaches those minds that are fogged up, man. Let's clear the fog, man. Let's get the word out there. Let's get these messages out there about us waking up now, about us actually being proactive in terms of creating a better environment in life, not just for us as men, but for our families. That's our job, man. To protect our women, to provide for them, you know, to assist them, to raise them up on pedestals. That's the truth, man. So yeah, let's get that word, let's get that message out there to the world, man. Let them know, man, we love ours. Raymond Skull, man, he says, I was just beginning that podcast before this live. I'll finish that interview with those sisters. Yeah, man, that's part one, man. I'm gonna tell you something, Raymond, man. I sat there, I'm talking to these sisters initially, like in the first couple of minutes or whatnot, maybe first 3 or 4 minutes. And I realized this is the first time a sister has been on a podcast. How did I let that happen, man? So see, I'm a part of this thing, man, where as brothers, we're not putting our women first. Our women should have been first. Even when the podcast started and was talking about the originality of, you know, our community, women should have been first. You know, I made that mistake, man. You know, and I you know, it took this platform, us, to get together and say, wait a minute, man, 2 years. Say, no, man, this platform deserves a woman's perspective. And not just once or twice, but it has to become a mainstay in what we're putting out there. The message that we're putting out there, most of the message has to come from our sisters, our queens, our mothers, our wives, you know, real spit, man. So, you know, that was on me, and I'll take that one on the chin like I should. Hey, watch what it do, y'all. This transition, man, I tell you, it's above board and it's for the people. But let's put our sisters, our women up on this pedestal. We have to bring them in. We have to involve them. We have to ask for their advice and guidance. You know, we got to, man. So yeah, man, I appreciate you going to check that Get Out out, man. I'll drop another one tomorrow every day until they're all gone. I'll drop them. Not only that, but I also have something set up for another interview with some different sisters. We can bring these sisters out the woodwork, man. These sisters got a lot to say. Not only that, but a lot to teach. They have a lot to teach us, man. All right. Real spirit, man. All right, bro. Appreciate you up in here, though. Khalifa Talk, Texas in the building, man. Texas is always front and center in this thing, man. But we appreciate Texas. And I was thinking about Texas the other day, Khalifa. Let me make sure I say that right. Khalifa Talk. Our hope, you know, our prayers, you know, the thoughts we want to put into the atmosphere for brothers and sisters in Texas is that you brothers take care of yourself. You sisters take care of yourself. You know, take care of yourself, man. It's a lot going on in Texas. At some point, we'll have that discussion. But I know in terms of health, there's a health crisis taking place in Houston, especially. And, you know, our thoughts go out to all you brothers and sisters. Protect yourself. Take care of yourselves, man. It shouldn't be. I wanted to say it's funny how shit come back up, but it's not funny. It should be alarming. All of a sudden, we have this thing back in our community, especially in Texas and Houston, the way it is. You know, there's something behind that. There's something going on behind that. And you brothers and sisters, you kings and queens, y'all need to stop, man. Just stop for a minute and reflect. Think about some stuff, man. Think about some stuff, man. They're trying to find any way conceivable, man, to stop us. And if they can't stop us, they're looking for ways to slow us down. And we're not mindful of that playbook that they work from, that they put in effect. You know, they utilize it every day, all day. Been doing it for decades, maybe centuries. If we're not mindful, man, of what's in that playbook, man, it's gonna harm us. So my suggestion is to brothers and sisters, kings and queens in Houston, man, protect yourself, man. Don't fall victim to this stuff, man. It should be the resurgence of that right there, man, should be looked upon as another conspiracy. It's something's not right. And hopefully you brothers, man, you sisters get a hold of it. Get it together, right? Because we need Texas in this building all the time, all day, every day. Pope Mitchell, man, Pope Mitchell Podcast TV. All right, salute Ed Under the Groove. Hashtag Black Women. She's driving. I already know, man. You like a whole lot of us, man. You get it. You do what you're supposed to do. You strike me as one of them brothers that, yeah, you protect and provide for yours. You know, you protect and provide for yours. We need more brothers in that role or that position where they're protecting and providing for the family. And that the head of that family should be the woman. You know, don't get me wrong, the man, for a lot of reasons we say the man should be the head, you know, even, you know, certain scriptures say that. I'm of the mind that the woman was first. She was first, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, she was first. So in that respect, I tend to want to put the woman first. Our Black women, they should be first, man, before anybody else, man. All right. But like I was saying about you, Pope, I recognize how you get down in terms of what you're supposed to be doing. You're on that. You among you and other brothers, stay on that page. Y'all stay doing what y'all supposed to do. You know. So I appreciate it, man. I appreciate knowing that you get out the way you do. And it's above board. All right. Take care of your family, man. Take care of that queen, man. And them little princesses. Raise them up on them pedestals, man, so that they know when they go out in the world, they are royalty. You know, straight up. Straight up. They're going to sell themselves short or cheap. You know, they're going to know their worth. That's the thing, man. We got to let the sisters know that we see them, you know, and in some respects, we got to help them get back to what it really is. Know y'all worth, man. There's no one on the face of the earth more valuable than a Black woman. And I don't mean that in terms of possession, you know? So there it is, man. There it is. Appreciate you to get out, Pope. Lisa Morris said likewise, okay, she's talking to Queen Nzinga. That's what I love. Them sisters go in. Okay, you are a very inspirational woman. Peace, blessings, and love to you, sis. Go ahead. Queen Nzinga says the woman, protector, life giver, healer, nurturer, unrivaled strength, phenomenal. Phenomenal Black women, y'all. We have to help raise this. We got to bring awareness to our sisters, our queens, man. We have to let brothers know, man, these are the ones we supposed to protect more so than ourselves. You know? Yeah. Raymond Skull said 102. Raymond said, well, Bub, I remember you did interview Strawberry and it's very respectful. Yeah, it was. Yeah. That interview was done on, I think it was Zoom. But here's the thing. And that's truth to power. That's truth to power right there, Raymond. I did interview Strawberry. I think that because, well, let me put it like this. I knew the direction I wanted to go in when I started this thing. Trust me when I tell you that. I knew that it was going to evolve and it wasn't going to be what a lot, especially for my community, thought it would be. But I knew also that the Black woman had to play a role in it. I dropped the ball. I dropped the ball by not having initially, I think, sisters on the get down to talk about some things, and then bringing those who, then bring the soldiers in, those originators in, and let them talk about some stuff and ask them about the sisters and let them praise them sisters, because sisters have played a role in all our lives, man, no matter what we do, you know. But I think sisters who was involved or were involved in that culture, the culture we know, the gang culture, they reminded me of sisters who were involved in the movement. The philosophies, the ideologies were different, but they had the same fire. They had the same wherewithal, man, to be a part of something in such a way that they carried it sometimes better than the brothers. It's just my take on it. All right. But yeah, you're right. I did interview Strawberry, and I was just saying the other day, I had done an interview. I had interviewed Strawberry, man, OG Strawberry, man, for over a couple of hours, man. And then I did another interview that was shorter. But I say that to say the interview I did with her that was a couple hours long, I lost the interview, man. I lost it. I've been looking for, I imagine I didn't save it or whatever the case may be. But that interview was power. It was a powerful interview, man. I talked to Strawberry maybe a month or so ago, and I know I need to bring her back, man. So apologize to her on the platform for my, what seems to be neglect, not tapping in with her, letting her know, hey, I'm thinking about you or whatnot. And for not sending that t-shirt, she been wanting a t-shirt for 6 months. Ain't got around to it, but I made a promise I'm gonna get her that t-shirt. I hope to have her on this Get Out. But she did an interview with me for 2 hours, man. And I'm telling you, for the life of me, I can't find that interview. I can't find it. It's kind of upsetting, but hey. But yeah, Strawberry, yeah, she won. And don't get me wrong, there are other sisters from all over. Like I said, I have some surprises, man, for the people in terms of sisters coming on the platform and dispensing wisdom, education, and their experience. All right. Like I said, man, ain't nobody been through more than what our Black women have been through. And they need to be recognized, man, as real live warriors, as people, man, who I talk about taking one on the chin. They took it to every place of their body, man, and they still here, And I think that's why we're still here. We don't recognize the strength in the Black woman, but we get it from them. Got mine from my mama, But hey, there's that. All right. All right. What's that? Khalifa talk. All right. Right back to you, man. Love, peace, and blessings. Okay. Yeah. Alonzo said cutting food stamps is a perfect example. Tell the truth. Tell the truth, man. They know what they're doing. Most of what they do affects the Black woman before it does the Black man. See, because Black women, like I say, man, we got to really see the forest for the trees. They have a lot more to lose, man, because their mission is ingrained in them, man. It's in their DNA to make sure that they're doing what they need to do for the family, for them kids. I'm not saying brothers don't see it the same way. I'm just saying the perspective is different. A Black woman saying a minute, nah, no, I got to be here for my babies. Even when things go bad or the system takes something from you, or a program no longer exists that assisted Black women in maintaining the household, I might add, that the system told her to borrow from the Black man. You know what I mean? But they've always found a way. They've always found a way. Again, there's no one on the face of the earth who has withstood more than the Black woman. That includes Black men, all right? But yeah, food stamps, man, we're going to see how it's going to affect us. I've said it's going to affect some families. Other brothers in a Royal Group congregation that said, yeah, but you know what? We always find a way, and that's a fact. But I'll go one for a Black woman is always going to find a way to make them ends meet. She's going to figure it out, man. And for the most part, majority of them will keep their dignity and self-respect. All right. All right. Raymond Skull says, speaking of Texas, shout out to Texas. They found another brother burned and hung from a freeway overpass. So yes, brothers and sisters in Texas, stay away. Pay attention. Yeah, man. It's going down, y'all. They're trying to create fear now. They're trying to instill fear against, man. Brothers got to wake up. Sisters got to wake up. All right. We are at war. All right. There are people who are trying to do away with us. You know, and their mind can be one body at a time, one human being at a time, one black person at a time. In their mind, as long as they get that one, they're doing something. And they will feel emboldened if they're not apprehended or caught. I say to brothers and sisters, man, hey, man, have your antenna up at all times. At all times. I wouldn't give it, listen, man, if the police got behind me, I don't give a damn, man, on a road, highway, interstate, man, ain't nowhere, man, look, yeah, I'm gonna go at a certain speed, but I'm gonna get to somewhere where there's light and people. I'm telling y'all, I think most of this stuff is happening because you have the police helping these people. Or the culprit. Or either they're the culprit, they're the ones who are doing it. You know? We don't know if you pull it, when they pull over a car, they're making a call sound, pulling over a car, license plate, da. You know what I mean? We don't know if they pulled over a car and that dash cam is on. Or if that body camera is on. They know how to turn that shit off, man. Do dirt. Come on. We don't know who's doing this stuff. I'm saying this to say don't trust nobody. Especially if they don't look like you and you out on the road. Brothers and sisters coming up dead in Texas and Louisiana and other places, and ain't nobody trying to say or trying to figure out what the hell going on. Then that means brothers and sisters have an obligation to find out them damn selves. Find out. Find out. Set a trap. Man, that's messed up to hear that, man. You're in Texas. You don't know who doing that shit, man. Alonzo Johnson says scientifically, the woman has to be first. Of course. Of course. Of course. Scientifically speaking, yeah, is first. You know, now whatever what they call it, whatever argument they, you know, those who are religious in terms of, you know, going by what the scriptures say of the Bible, Adam being first, I have to say, man, that could be a good argument. In fact, that could be an argument where that might be disputed, not just scientifically, but factually, that the woman is first. You know, I think so. I think so. The oldest human being in terms of remains or bones found was a black woman. The oldest, not a black man, you know, not the bones of a black man. The bones of a black woman are the oldest bones found that dates back before bones of black men were found. Were found before, you know, they found bones of black men, and they're older. I don't know. I tend to think that the black woman was first. She birthed the world, man. Then came the black man. How he came, I don't know. But I can tell you really, I think the black woman is first. Facts. Now I'll say we were taught wrong by the devil. And the devil be hard at work, man. Devil be hard at work. Folks says, seriously, thank you, bub. It's hard to feel support from my people. So to get it from you is appreciated and respected. Well, we have what we call touching bases with the people, Pope. You part of this. And I ain't the only one reaching out to you, chopping it up with you, bro. We all here for you. We supposed to be all here for everybody. All right. This is why we call it what we call it. You know, I've seen you quite often in this get down with brothers and sisters chopping it up. And y'all look, this thing is a give and take, man. This is where we can come and expect to pick up some jewels or to be educated. You know, we don't come here expecting to be disrespected or taught or told something wrong. You know, this thing serves all of us. You know, like I said, I host the platform. You people are the engine. Include yourself, man. Someone could come and say the same thing, Pope. Say, hey, man, Pope, you know, it's hard to feel support from our people. So to get it, I come to listen to you, man. You know, what you're saying is not far-fetched. We get it. A lot of our people feel that way. That a lot of us don't support us or, you know, their people. We get it. But no, man, and accept that in here, you're getting that. You're getting that. I watch you brothers chop it up. You know, I watch you brothers exchange information and education, platitudes, you know, love and respect, support even. All right. So, hey, man, we got to stay the course. We can't let those who not apart, who not on that, you know, what we need to be on. And sometimes, man, you got to give them 50 feet, man, like I said. But no, man, it's a lot of people, man, support you and love you. Chop it up with you every Tuesday and Thursdays. You know, I'm going to go one further. Y'all know Pope Mitchell Podcast is an actual podcast. Let's support his get out. You know, let's help this brother get that thing up and running, man. You know, let's get him to the point where he feel free, man, to talk about everything, man, under the sun, especially if it affects him, his family, and us. You know, that's what it's about, bro. You have to support. You know, sometimes we tend to look for it in the wrong places, though, you know. It was what I was saying about blessings last week. A lot of us are blessed, man, beyond recognition. We don't recognize what we bless because we tend to want those blessings to be huge, you know, tangible things. We want some money, you know, we want something, you know, we can show off or whatever, you know, to make shit better. So we tend to not recognize or pay attention to those blessings that are small, you know. You know, they're not big enough for us to recognize because we want this, you know, this big thing. But we have to appreciate the small things first. It's those small blessings that matter the most, tell you the truth, man. So, Pope, that's like saying, man, it's the brothers in here and the sisters in here when they greet you, hey, man, they show you their love and respect. They support, man, what you want. Let's take that and run with it, bro. You know, let's build the base. You know, you build your support structure from this platform. You touching bases with all kind of people, man, from all over the country and the world. You know, support you. C1 Dead, you know, James Cash, Al, you know, all the, come on, man. You got the support, on. You know, go to where you get that support, man. To where, you know, it don't placate you, but it is something that you know is beneficial to you. You know it's there. You know, support is love, you know. You got it, bro. Don't even worry about not having it because you got it. Not just from me. It's whole get out, man. And that go for everybody in the get out. This is the reason for the get out. To show that love, that support, respect, you know. Dignity as we go about doing this thing every Tuesday and Thursday. That's what it's about, bro. You in this. Like we in this. We all want what you want. Support from our people. To be loved by our people. To be respected by our people. You know, to be able to work with our people. You know, to be able to excel and grow with our people, man. So yeah, man, you're not by yourself, bro. Trust. You know. And I know one thing, man, we love you enough, man. Hey, man, you coming in, man, we chop it up with you, man, because we love and support you. All right? Real spit, man. James Cash, what it do? James Cash, 1972. He said, peace and love, OG Bub. One. Right back at you, bro. Peace, love, and support. That go for you too, Pope. You know, this is what we do. He said, happy Tuesday, big homie, the CPT one. Hey, y'all, we here, man. Again, we got to recognize these blessings. You know, we have to see how fortunate we are. You know, sometimes, man, we get to take, you know, you know what they say, man, Poke, I know you this one. You got to learn how to crawl before you can walk. You got to learn how to walk before you can run. Sometimes these blessings are in that type of metaphor. We got to appreciate the small shit first. So when we get to the big shit, you know, as we're able to walk and then being able to run, then we appreciate that shit. And we know how to go about doing that shit just the way it's supposed to be done. We know how to go about accepting and appreciating the small things in life so that when the big shit finally lands, when the blessings are compounded, you know what I mean? They power them and they hit you, boom, all at once. You appreciate them, man. You won't abuse them. You won't be inconsiderate of it. You'll respect them, you know? That's to get out, homie. Never worry, man. Never worry. Blessings are there. Your support is there. It's there. Again, we have to, at times, I know it get like this. Our vision, our focus get clouded. Sometimes, man, we go through shit. You know, we have an experience with an individual we thought we shouldn't have had. You know, and then, you know, that creates this thing where now we can't see the forest for the trees. You know, it's all messed up, man. You know, listen, man. Just you got to deal with that thing one step at a time, little by little, man. Don't try to take it all in. You know, like I said, man, just you start small with stuff. That includes the support. That includes love and blessings. You know, all the things that matter. I think all that matters. Stay on course, bro. Stay the course, bro. Raymond Skull 102 said regarding our black women, yes, they are first and foremost of importance. As black men, we must heal them from the hurt we've caused and work to protect them so they can trust us to lead, or trust to lead with us. What a lot of what we do to our sisters is learned behavior, y'all. Right? It's learned behavior, and yeah, I don't care how far. Go back to where you know things went bad in history. You know, it shows us, it tells us what went down. We learned that shit, man. We learned to be that way to our women. You know why? Because at them times or at that time, we had no power. You know? So hurt people. You know, black man thought he was being, you know, everything being done to him was the most egregious. You know, as a man, he felt he had no power. What do we do when we feel like that? How do we tend to act out? You know, we tend to hurt those we love the most, or who loves us the most. We have no other outlet, you know. We haven't been taught or educated in terms of knowing how to control what we think, you know, and what we feel, you know. We haven't been taught to honor the black woman, man, in such a way, but to such a degree where we would never disrespect her or harm her. We've been taught the opposite. We've been taught the opposite. We've been told that it's masculine to do this. It's what men do. No, it's not. What men do is what Raymond said. We heal our women like our women heal us. It's reciprocal, man. We love our women like our women love us. We respect our women like our women respect us. And then we go the extra mile. We respect them, you know, even when Because women can be unruly, and I know that boy get crazy in a minute. You have to love them enough. It's okay, baby. Hey, I gotta make this better. I gotta make you feel better. What can I do? Can I apologize to you, mom? Let me hold your hand. Let me kiss you. Let me let you know how much I love you. You mean more to me than this attitude. We've been miseducated, man. We've been miseducated, man. They've been lying to us. They've been lying to us. And especially when it comes to our queens, our mothers, our women. We didn't learn shit from them, man. No human being should know to do or to act. No human being should act in this manner. But especially us, to our women. So, yeah, as Black men, we must heal our women. We must heal our women. And we could begin to do that. And you do that by re-educating your mind, restructuring how you react emotionally. Get out your feelings, to where, you want to do something to a sister because your feelings got hurt. I agree with Raymond, man. We got to heal our women. It's going to take us to do that. Like, it's going to take our women to help us accomplish what we need to accomplish and get done. Real stuff. Hurt people, man. We've been hurt. We want to hurt. We hurt the closest thing to us. Our women. Come on, man. It's time to heal them. It's time to protect. So we need them. Real shit, right? Appreciate that right there. James Cash, man, he said the devil is going to test you at every corner you turn, good and bad, and angelic and evil. At the end of the day, blacks have been dealing with the white devil since day one. I'm telling you, this is what we're dealing with, man. But in terms of what we see in our communities, as far as how men carry themselves, us, Black men carry themselves, and I can see some atrocious shit. I ain't gonna lie. I know things, man, that should not be. With brothers and sisters, you're in the house, a household, in the community. All this stuff is foul, man. Brothers are hurting because brothers need healing as well. So I'm gonna go back to what I said a minute ago. We have to heal each other. We're gonna have to heal each other, man. You're gonna have to work hard at it because it's gonna take a lot of work. Everything that's been done to us, man, is gonna take work, man, to overcome. It's gonna take work, man. But that's our job. That's our job. All right. Al Thomas, what it do, loved one? He said, peace and blessings to you, Bub, and your queen and the royal group congregation. B1 equals Black first, people. That's it. Put her first. Put that woman first, man. She's Black, man. She needs that. And I'm going to tell you, as a result of that, you'll be first. We have to put our women first. And I'm telling you, from that, man, men are going to come to understand what love is really, what love is really about. How to be loved, man. We all lack it. Brother Polk was just saying, man, support. Support, I think, is just an example of love. You support someone because you love them. You want to heal someone or help them to heal because you love them. We're going to have to do the work, man. We're going to have to do the work. And to get it done, I'm telling you, we got to put Black first. Thanks for that, Al. James Cass said, we got to stop treating each other like strangers and love each other like brothers and sisters, real neighbors. Stop asking where I'm from and ask how I'm doing. Real shit. Real shit. Give him his medals for that one. Real shit. Hey man, I don't know. I don't know if I convey this to people enough. Every time I see a black person, I don't care where I'm at, give them that good lie. I ain't mean mugging him nothing. What's up, bro? What's up, black? Hey, sister, how you doing? They look, all right, what's going on, brother? Right? I'm like, yeah, there you go. There you go. Care where you from. Care where you from, man. You know? I care that you know, man, I see you, black man. I see you, sister. Peace and blessings. You know what I mean? That's what matters, man. Asking about where you from. Instead of, hey, man, how are you doing? How's your day? Grand Rising, brother. Grand Rising, sister. You know? Seize the day. Yeah, make it happen. You know, boom. That type of stuff. Yeah. Yeah, we got that bad. Stop that. Stop that. That's how I'm doing. James goes on to say, man, we all in the same. It ain't about the games. It's a black thing. Love yourself and love your people. All right. Lonzo Johnson say, man, say that James Cash 922, you absolutely right, brother. Good to see you, and I hope all is well. There it is, man. There it is. Al said, man, what's up, Pope, man? I see you, black man. You have my full support and recognition, King. There it is. Hey, man, it exists. It's here. Don't think or feel like you don't have it. Like I said, man, and I know. Come here, you can get it. You come here, you can get it. Then we have to also, man, create that mindset to where, like Brother James just said, man, you see a brother, even if you feeling some kind of way, man, how you doing, bro? See, I think it's the initiation of a greeting or a conversation, man, that can change, a person's outlook, you know what I mean? From something just lack of that scope to something that's, positive, even profound. I've said this before, man. I do this on a regular, especially with brothers. I speak to them because I'm telling you, man, I think it's what we want internally. We want to have that relationship with our brothers. We want to be comfortable when we see our brothers, man. We have a lot. We have too much. We have everything in common. I want to say we have a lot in common. We have too much in common. Man, we have everything in common. No, we can't allow, situations like that to pass us by. See, a common word, man, being cordial. In a lot of ways, you can look at it as support. It could be some mental support. You see somebody, hey, how you doing? How's your day? You got that, Pope. And I've said this, meant to the whole get down, to the world group congregation. It's in here. Support is in here. It's in here, bro. You got to know that. Pope, you're going to say, Bub, what I want is what I always wanted for not just me, but for all my folks. Hey, man, you ain't on no island. All right? And I hope it's okay to speak for the congregation. That's what we all want. That's why we here. That's why we here, man. You're amongst like-minded individuals who have a certain spirituality, man, and love for self. And the love could be just awakening in self. But it's so strong, hey, man, now you want what you want, but you want it for somebody else. That's what we here for, man. You got that here. You got that here. And like I say, people, we're going to check out this podcast. You have a time, you drop something. There it is right there. At Pope Mitchell Podcast TV. There's a form of support right there, Pope. All right? We all in on. We all in. All right? Lonzo Johnson says, shout out Al and Pope and to the World Congregation Group. No, the World Group Congregation, Alonzo. You gonna go, well, I'm gonna like them TV. Hey, I like them t-shirts too. I think about that too. So, man, what is the World Group Congregation? Oh, that's the thing we do on touching bases with the people. And what is that? You know, that whole litany of things to give them or share with them. But yeah, man, shout out, bro. Like Alonzo said, shout out, man, to the congregation, man. This is where it at, man. You know, this is church. All right. But hey, on a whole nother level, man, we hey, it's in us to do better, man. All right. It's in us, man, to just not love ourselves, but love each other, man. It's in us to find peace, you know, support, you know, all those things that make us human. You know, it's in us. Great message, Remy. I agree. Tell me, man. Raymond be up in there spitting, man. Yeah, I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Look, folks say companionship, which holds us together, which the women is our greatest blessing to. Yeah, yeah. But you know, there's that, and no doubt that is something you recognize as being that's a special relationship, I think. Then we have what we could either label it for men, camaraderie. You know, you can include women in that too. But when it comes to brothers, man, you know, I think, man, I think it's the fact that brothers, man, want to be part of the community. And I don't mean by sectors, you know, or sections. I mean, just in general, on a whole. But this is what we do, you know, because we're that's the kind of people we are. You know what I mean? We're those type of people, you know. Family is everything to us. We just got to get back to that, you know. You know, we're gonna get back to that. A lot of us have companionship, you know. A lot of us have friendships, but the majority of us, we want to be a part of this community, man, as a whole, you know, this big family, this big family. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Go on and let it do what it do, y'all. Yeah. Man, Pope, you need to stop putting yourself at risk texting and driving, man. Just let you get out, bro. You got do you have the where you can talk to the phone and then, you know, hook it up? I hate those things. You know why? Because they always tend to leave a word out, right? Or they'll mishear something and put a totally different word than what you were saying. Like, oh shit, what do they call that? Text, chat, text, some shit. I don't use it. You know, I had an experience with it one time, and that was enough for me. All right. Soldier Denise, how's the sister? Okay, y'all. We have one of the queen mothers in the get out. She said, peace and blessings to the family, y'all. As always, it's good to catch you live. Thank you, sister. And it's always good that you catch us live so you can come in and dispense some of that love, some of that peace that's in you that flows out of you, and that wisdom. You know, help educate us. What you say, hit one light switch. If you turn on one light switch, sister, in this get out, it's all worth it. We love having you, all right? I was just telling them about our get out and how you sister's presence made this thing, in my opinion, legitimate. All right? Y'all made it legitimate. It's above board now, you know? It's above board. It's straight. We are all inclusive. You know, there's no division here, you know? So again, I want to thank you, you know, in the World Group chat, the World Group congregation, man. I appreciate you. Peace and blessings to you. I'm so humble. You know, your presence, man, was everything. It was electric. You sister did your thing. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. All right. So thank you again. You right on here last me, girl. I see him hugging. Thank you. You know, we got a lot to do though. And I'm glad that we're in contact and we're working things out. I can't wait. I can't wait, you know, to really do what I think needs to be done or what I need to be a part of. All right. So I appreciate you. Enough said. Love you. James Cass said, love, respect to all of the beautiful brothers and sisters here and everywhere. Stay focused, stay strong. Focus on the focus, y'all. Stay strong. Stay black, stay strong. Man. The black dot. The black dot. Tiny back passing through. Love the peace, love the unity. Stop asking me where I'm from. Ask me how I'm doing. There it is. The black dot, you a first. That's a first. First, yeah, I don't remember your name, brother. Hey, the fact that you came in, Tiny Black, and just passing through, man, and you recognize something solid above board, man, and you left a comment referring to that. Peace and blessings to you, man. Appreciate seeing you in this get out, man. All right. Well, so you know, this is touching bases with the people. This is where we keep everything above board and straight. All right. We keep it above board, man. We hear no evil, we speak no evil, and we see no evil, bro. But we keep everything above board and 100. You know, we speak truth to power here. You did that coming in here, man. Your first get down, man. Appreciate your first comment. We'd love to see you back. We're here every Tuesday and Thursdays, all right? 6:15 to whenever I get that phone call, that nod, telling me to come home. Like, share, comment, man. Subscribe if you see fit. But your presence in this get down, man, whenever you're able, will be appreciated. So salute to you, brother. And we hope you have a blessed night, all right? Look at that. There you go. There you go. Queen Nzinga said, I appreciate this conversation deeply. The love I feel right now is overwhelming. Praise to my king and all the kings in the chat. There it is. There it is. I think, though, I think this is part of the get down, y'all. When most of us, when we see whoever, we're not talking about peace and love, you know, when we're out and about, and, you know, the conversations are mostly about, and this for dudes, I can't speak from a woman's perspective. I don't know what those conversations are like. I know I just sat in on one the other day for a few hours and I was enlightened. But most brothers, man, we're talking about something in the world. You know what I mean? Some brothers I kick it with, man. I might go sit down, have a drink with. We're chopping it up, man, like men, you know. And we may discuss the issue of love for one another, you know, peace, want to live life, you know, in such a way that we're not threatened by other brothers, you know. We don't have issues with being around brothers and allowing brothers to just be themselves respectfully. You know what I mean? So I think that's one of the things, though. You know, more brothers, man, need to just understand, man, what's really at stake. More brothers really need to understand, you know, the makeup of self. I think we came to be, or we were brought about to be about love. That's what I think. That's what I think. You know, I think our essence, man, for real, our core selves is love. You know, shit. That's what I think. You know, so we have it in us to be that. It's just a matter of exercising that, wanting to do it. You know, a lot of brothers don't think it's masculine. You know what I mean? But I love my brothers. You know, I love my brothers enough to express, hey man, I love you, man. You know, I want no issues with you, bro. You know, hey man, I love you, man. I hope the best for you. You know, hey man, I love you. How can I help you? You know, hey man, I love you enough to, okay, let me give you an hour of my time so I can just listen to what's bothering you. You know, That's what's up. Al Thomas said, my black queen is my everything. There. Al Thomas said, my black queen is my everything. And I mean that in every sense of the word. I hold her in her heart in high regard. The same goes for my mother, my daughter, and every woman in my family. There it is. There it is. That's the way it ought to be. That's the way it's supposed to be. I think that's the way it was designed to be. Nothing less. Nothing less, man. Nothing less, man. Hey, man, do the damn thing, man. All right, yeah. Appreciate you. Alonzo says, we love and support you, Queen Nzinga. Hope all is well with you and yours. And you're right. This is very important and touching. Yeah, we don't get enough of this, y'all. Like, I caught myself combing through social media today. It's the same shit. It's the same shit. And I realized that if we look at that shit or we allow ourselves to, just to focus on that, we start to feel a certain anger and, disdain, hate even. I'm saying to myself, I said, damn, this is what's wrong in a lot of respects with us as a people. We allow ourselves, man, to get caught up in our attack or attached to BS. When that happens, man, love goes out the door. Now we become opinionated, judgmental. We start to, start not just thinking a certain way, but speaking and acting a certain way after being exposed to a lot of this BS, man. No one is on there talking about love for his brother, no matter what. Not a one of them. That's sad, man. That's sad, man. That's not only it's bigger than that. It's bigger than just being emotionally hurt. And that is like, oh man, that's akin to suicide, man. Like we're just killing ourselves spiritually. It's killing us, man. It's killing us. I mean, today, man, I can name all the podcasters, y'all. Y'all know. Y'all know. Not a one of them. I realized, I said, this is what's hurting us, or part of it. But I don't know. I don't know how brothers can't see that there's win. That they can't see no win. It's okay, just for one day. Let me test my subscribers. Let me test myself. Let me put some out there that's totally 160 degrees from what I've been doing. Let me see how that plays out, how that turns out, what that does, in terms of affecting or, dispensing, giving something to someone that they might not think they need, how it will affect them. Let me see how it affects them in the comments. Let me see if they're turned on me. Maybe this is why they don't do it. They built this following on hate and disruption. You built such a grand and great following on that stuff that, yeah, your own might turn on you. Maybe this is why you don't do it. But I challenge any of them to do it. I'm pretty sure they won't, because the numbers won't add up for them. And again, that's why I say it's sad, man. It hurts to understand that these brothers, that's, it's about numbers. It's not about love. It's not about responsibility, accountability, obligation, respect, family. It's sad, man. It's crazy, but it is, man. It's sad. James said text to voice software, the new digital age taking over. Yeah. Yeah. And not only that, y'all, man, you know, it's a whole lot going on in the world. And we talk about this often enough, man. When we touching bases with one another, man, we got to get ready, man. They're literally showing us what's gonna happen, what's coming down the pipes. In fact, you gotta come down the pipes. They're showing you what they're doing now and how that's gonna affect us. Mostly more us than anyone else. Let's be 100 above board. They're taking jobs, one. They're taking services, two. They assist in putting poison in the streets, three. And I don't mean just in terms of in the form of drugs. You have to know that a lot of them play a role in what we see on social media. They determine, they pick for them what to talk about. It's no different than a rapper on contract with record execs and them telling him, you can't put that conscious music out there. We need you to put the twerking and I got my strap, I'm gonna kill you, ninja, da 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 da. It's no different. Trust me. It's just not. It's the same playbook, y'all. We got to figure out how to get to what living is really about. We got to get to it, man, because like I said, there's so much going on where, you know, dudes are they're not gonna play ball in this respect because it doesn't pay. And that's another, you know, misconception they give them, that it pays. You know, they don't realize, man, in a minute, well, not in a minute, they already have AI. They can create rappers now. All right. Generated rappers. So if any of them decide that I'm not gonna do this no more, okay, go and get you a black, get out of here, darky. They got the rights to these cats. They're owned. They can create their own rappers, man, and continue to funnel this shit into our communities. They can continue to make movies, man, that entices us or misleads us into acting and thinking a certain way, speaking even, dressing even. You know, this is real, man. In a minute, like I said, jobs are gonna go. They're gonna have AI and robots doing the jobs. It's just a matter of time. It's a matter of time. All the movies we seen where they're futuristic, so to speak, and people are living in sewers and they done built underground cities and shit where the poor gotta be, you know, no job, everybody in the streets begging. Man, that shit real, man. Go downtown LA. Go down there. I'm down here right now. Tell me what you see, man. Tell me what you see. You strip people of their dignity, man. Hope, you know, prayer, blessings. They ain't got, man, they nothing. But at the same time, they got little robot carts taking people with money, food. They got cars, Waymo, I don't know what they call these cars. No one's driving them, but they pick people up. They do all kinds of things, man. It's just a matter of time, you know? But here we are, man. We got brothers in positions who can support their brothers. And I don't necessarily mean with money. The message. The message. Again, they're not going to do that because it don't help them secure a bag, you know? And this shit is sad, you know? Shit sad. Dudes talk a good one. Talk a good one. Don't care with nothing but what the check say. You know? This is what we up against, y'all. But for those of us who want to continue to love one another, man, and show support to one another, respect each other, man, want to see us excel, evolve. We got to stay pushing, man. We got to stay pushing. We got to stay pushing, man. All right? Because the shit is real. That's all I got to say about it. The shit is real. Our sisters, man, look, man. Yeah, family, we got a lot to do. All right? We got a lot to do. Yeah. See one day, the deep, y'all. The deep. She said, I'm late, but I'm here, Uncle and Auntie. Salute my cousins. Like I told you, and this go over everybody, late is better than never. All right? Late is better than never. Okay? It's all love, sis. You already know. You know? That's what we do here. Respect. You can't. Girl, ain't nobody, girl, gonna get in here when you get in here. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna do the dang thing. All right? Love you. So Janice is sending her thanks to you all, love and respect. Yeah. Man. Lonzo said my mama wouldn't have me no other way. That's motherfucker. Man, come on. Raymond Scholes say, man, personally, being a man, I could transcend the game mentality and become friends with those who share my vision and ideologies. It's nation building time. That's the part that we don't hear being spoken. You did? Because I guarantee you, Raymond, the ideology you're talking about, the vision you're talking about, man, do you know how many brothers got that same vision and ideology? But there's no one, helping to, promote the ideology, the vision, to put it out there and let brothers see what can be, what we can become. Man, so what? You from over, I don't care what you're about. You said man mentality. That's grown man shit. Grown man shit. What are you about, bro? And in most cases, man, for a lot of us, you ain't got to ask the person no question. You can speak, be cordial and fall back and check it out. If it ain't above board, you'll see it. That's reality right there. That is a reality. But for those of us who have the vision, for those of us who have that ideology, and it jives, it don't just jive, it's on the same plane, it's above board. We the ones got to come together. We're the ones got to come together and be the example, bro. That's really the game plan. This is how we change, not just minds, but visions, hearts, you know what I mean? And lives. That's it. That's what we got to do. Straight up, man. So yeah, what you saying is truth to power, bro. See that we in that time, it's nation building time. That's it. And as we build this nation, we can't be stuck on where you from. Man, where we trying to go? Damn, I'm trying to go. Hey, man, don't matter where I'm from, where I'm going, man. Where would I like to go? How would I like to get there? This is real deal stuff, y'all. It's some real deal stuff. We in some real deal times. And when I mean real deal, this ain't nothing to play with. I call what they work from a playbook. It's a reason for that. Where's ours? Why don't we have a playbook that covers us as a people, our identity and whatnot, finance, economics, politics, education? Where's our playbook? I was asking last week, at what point do we stop blaming other people for our situation, knowing what we know? When do we become accountable and responsible to the point where, okay, we know all this shit going, we know what they're doing. Let's not just react to it. Let's build against it. At what point do we take responsibility in the form of creating our own playbook that we all can work from? It's a script that we all can work from. Man, until then, man, the playbook we gonna be a part of gonna be theirs. It ain't ours. That's not our playbook. But I hear you, man. It's nation building time. Real shit, Raymond. Real shit. Lonzo said exactly, right? Yeah. See, one day it said, that's it. At Raymond Score 102, sending you all my positive energy, cuz. See what I'm saying? Support is in this thing. Y'all really started that. Ain't nothing but love and support up in here, man. Whole lot of black dignity, man, pride, man, and ambition, ideology, man. We got, man, what? We got our own playbook. Man. Real shit. See, one day it said, more brothers and sisters need to understand how caste has contributed to our lifestyles and thinking there ain't nothing for us. But when we unite, we are a community of growth rather than, let's get the rest of that girl. Hold on, where'd she go? Oh my God, that's what you learned at that. Rather than, okay, see, when I wish you would have finished that, rather than well. Okay, when we unite, we are a community of growth rather than well. Okay. I hope you come back. Salutations to all. Salutations right back to you. Love, peace, and blessings, y'all. Greetings to touching bases with the people. All right. To the Royal Group congregation, man. This is touching bases with the people. Like, share, comment, man. Let's get this thing out there and let's support one another as best we can. All right. Again, that love thing, man. Love is key. I think our core, man, the essence of who we are and what we are really about is about that. It's love. That's what I think. The love know how to fight back, though. Don't get it twisted. Love know how to get down, y'all. All right. Yeah. Raymond Skull, man, 102 going to say the truth. The truth is, if we were incarcerated, all right, come on, man, spit truth to power. The truth is, if we were incarcerated, we'd be unified and cool. Our lives are in each other's hands. We all develop a camaraderie. Therefore, we should have that same conduct and energy in society. Real spit, man. I thought about that coming here. I was mentioning last week about brothers and sisters who are incarcerated and what they're going through. They, for the most part, they're idle. And they're idle in terms of their movement, what they can do and what they can't do. Excuse me. But that should not bar them from re-educating their minds. That being said, also mentioned a lot of you brothers gonna end up being Sammys. Gonna share soup, bag of chips, bag of beans, a bag of rice, and a tuna, cup of coffee. Y'all gonna start discussing some things, you know. Y'all gonna come to realize that everything in common. everything in common. Then you're gonna start asking yourself, man, if you're real about it, if you're above board, in terms of want to be conscious, want to be correct, start questioning yourself. You're gonna start seeing the error in your ways. You're gonna want to start finding ways to correct how you think, how you speak, and how you act. To the point where that brother really becomes your brother, not your enemy no more. It's like, hey, like Raymond said, when the shit go down, you gonna need him like he gonna need you. Think about that, man. So it's best to it's best, get that shit right out here first. Get it right out here, man. It's really the same thing that's in here is out here. Same people, the factions and the wars out here. They are. Don't get it really twisted. Them other people, man, look, like we said, man, they ain't gotta just be in LA, they could be in Texas looking to get one of us. Same thing in there is out here. That same brother that you're gonna be all right with sooner or later in there, you can be that way right now out here. Think about that. Appreciate that, Raymond. I'm gonna read that again. The truth is, if we were incarcerated, we'd be unified and cool. Our lives are in each other's hands. We all develop a camaraderie. Therefore, we should have that same conduct in society. Appreciate that, bro. Folks said, I'm driving, but I want to say salute to the men and women in the chat. And under the groove, he said, like, a lot of these icons, these little, like the car, this smoke. I guess it's in the smoke. Appreciate it, though, bro.
Chat is fire.
Yeah, fire, smoke, yeah. Yeah, AC one did. He did that. Straight jewels, man. He ain't dropping them. He handing them off. You ain't got to drop them to pick it up. He handing it to us. Raymond doing that. Appreciate that, man. Like I say, man, he's like a lot of brothers and sisters in this. Get out. This is what we do, man. Man, education, man, wisdom, man, guidance, advice, love, and support. This is where it is, man. Like I said, man, we go back, man. I wish some of those podcasters would do the right thing, Even if for a day. Do it like all get out, man. Do it like you would do one of your normal get downs when you heard some mess of dirt and you wanted to be, this propagandist, this, and have this shit just numbers going off the chart. To do that, man, for the brothers and sisters, man, in a positive way. Can you do that? I would like to see it, man. I would like to see that. I would like to see that. See, one day I said, I'm down for y'all no matter what. You know this, and we're down for everybody in this get down. We're down for people who don't even know about the get down. I was talking to somebody, oh my God, this was these were the sisters. We're going down the elevator and we had a simple conversation. It wasn't as simple as I'm making it, but the conversation went like this. We see something going down with a brother or sister. It's going down. You dig what I'm saying? It could never be or it would not be. I'm gonna turn the blind eye and keep going that way. I don't know how the conversation came up, but the sister was telling us about a situation, man. Waiupi was trying to go in, on one of the brothers or whatnot, and by his side he had a sellout, and she pumping it up, with the Waiupi trying to get the brother, and she said she wouldn't have none of that. Sister said, with the business, got a little on the back, and hey man, this is what it is, And you know, and that's the thing, when they see that fire, when they see that determination, especially that will to not let you win, especially, you know, if it's against one hard, the fear come out in them. The fear come out of them, you know. You know, where Opie took off running, you know, and that was conversation. Yeah, man, I can dig it. I can dig it because hey, you know, brother or sister, hey, now on my watch, you know, I'm be down for you no matter what, you know, be down for you no matter what. Can't let that happen, man. She said, okay, who is this? Oh, the tweak ends here. 198. Man, what's happening? All right, how you doing, tweak? He says, salute loved ones and under the groove. Good to see you back in the get down, man. The tweak in here, man, some of these names be like off the chain. Like when I first see one dead, I'm like, see one dead. Man, and it took me at least, you know, 2 episodes of sessions. 5. Oh shit, that's some powerful shit. See one dead, man. You know, and that's just one of many, you know, but yeah, man. The tweak ends here, man. I like that. Yeah. He says, salute loved ones and at Under the Groove. All right. Alonzo, man. Alonzo Johnson says again, you're right, Raymond. There's no way I can have your back in prison and come out here and want to hurt my people first. I'm just not no hypocrite like that. I'm telling you, but that's the awakening. That's the awakening. You know, for some of us, for most of us, I think. To this day, I involve myself with brothers from all over. And we do, hey man, how you doing? How you doing? You know, we kick that some eat and chill out. There's no way I can go back from that, building that relationship to come out here and be on some weird stuff, man, with a brother that I done been on the yard with. You dig? In fact, I'll go one further. If I meet you on the streets and man, and, you know, hey, all right, brother, we bros. I wouldn't, I just, man, shoot. The homie from East Coast, he'll tell you, I met him back in the day on the set at a party he threw. I didn't even know him. I know him. And back then, you know, it was a little crazy. It was really crazy back then, you know. And I was like, nah, man. You ain't doing nothing to him, man. Straight up. I don't get no. Lo and behold, did I know, or any of them, that was Hoover Joe's brother. This is 1985. I didn't know. I just know I met the brother and I was all right with the brother. You know, hey, I can't be like, I don't know. This day, me and that brother talk, see each other, hang out. I didn't know that was Hoover Joe brother. They didn't know that was Hoover Joe brother. I'm saying that to say, man, just like brother said, man, we go to pen and then we create these relationships. We develop these relationships. And if you could do that in there, man, you can do that out here, man. And it would make sense to go in there and do that, then come out here, be on that bozo shit. You're the biggest hypocrite. But this is some stuff that's doable. This is what we can do if we choose to. We have to choose to. We have to make the right choices, y'all. Yeah, I hear you loud and clear, man, Alonzo. That would be a hypocrite of the highest order. You know, your word is your bond. That's it. I think I learned that one a long time ago, man. My word is my bond, and I gotta stick to that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Our time to say salutations to all of the beautiful, powerful queens in the group. You are love. You are love. The personification of Black love. All right. That'd be a good t-shirt. Shoot. for the sisters. The personification of black love, black woman, man. Come on. Raymond Skull say, man, that same conduct in society that bonded us in prison is asinine to know this truth, yet fail to function in line with that truth. It's stupid, people, for those who do that thing. It's stupid. See, one day it said there used to be rules in the game, but no, it's a free fall. True, and that's part of the problem too. It is a free fall. It seems that way. Yeah. It's a free fall now. Yeah. She said, I've been telling y'all, I know I sound radical. Apartheid is real. Yeah, man. See, one day you ain't never lied. Apartheid, man, in South Africa, apartheid here in the United States, apartheid in Australia, apartheid in India, you know, apartheid, man, wherever they went, they created some program similar to some system, racist system similar to apartheid. You know, again, that's that playbook. In this day and age, that thing is still in use. Oh, man. You have to change it. Change. Don't shift the paradigm, change it. Soldier Denise said, it touches my heart to hear that because we so rarely feel it from you brothers. Thank you. See? They the ones, man, need to heal it, man, and the love, man. We got to give it to them. It's theirs. I think it's theirs by right. That's right, man. Lisa Moore said, peace and love, King. Al Thomas 3124. We really appreciate you, my brother. B1. Yeah. Black first. That's right. Queen Nzinga says, Ed Al Thomas, how are you doing, brother? I hope all is well with you and your family. Give King some love from us. Yeah, man. Be homage, y'all. They are first. Shemaiah Israel 3918. She says, shalom to the 12 tribes under the grove, whoever. And shalom right back to you. Appreciate you having this in the Get Out. Appreciate you being a part of this Get Out. This is Touching Bases with the People under the Grove Podcast. All right. Your presence is more than welcome. So thank you for showing up. All right. See one day it says, black B1 be better for all our melanated brothers and sisters. Please read Annihilation of Caste book by Bahimro, Ramji, and Bekar. And you did mention that last week. I'm glad it's in the chat. Hopefully everybody, you know, can you screenshot that? Screenshot that and let's check that out. Did you look that up the last time? Annihilation of Caste. Yeah, Annihilation of Caste. It's a book by Himro, Ramji, and Bekar. Let's check that out. Let me see what that do. All right, damn, they up in this fiddle. Shalawam, Princess at Queen Nzinga, 7-3. Okay. I imagine she meant 7-4. Grady Boy, 757. Thanks for doing the work that needs to be done. Appreciate you in this Get Out, Grady Boy. No, that's Grandy Boy, excuse me. It's Grandy Boy, 757. That's the first, man. We appreciate you here on touching bases with the people. This is the work we're doing, brother. Like I said, I'm just a host, but you all are the fuel. You all are the machine, you know, to keep this thing up and running. All right. So here, man, this is what we do. We touch bases with the people, bro. You know, we keep everything above board. We call that straight. You know, we keep it straight. All right. Appreciate your presence, man. Appreciate your presence. Raven Skull 102 go and say we've become so immersed in this game culture that we can't separate ourselves from that mindset. Most don't know how to be men because they never had to be. It was big, little baby. It was big, little baby, or tiny such and such. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Al Thomas says, listen, man, we must get in tune with AI, man, woman, and especially children, so as not to be left behind. Again, we had that conversation. I remember, hopefully some of you guys remember when the tech age really boomed and it popped, laptops and, computers, we were left behind. It was called the digital divide, I think, where there were very, very few Black families with computers or laptops, you know. Here's a situation, I think another situation in terms of, technology where we could be left behind. I tend to think, though, that some of our people are more aware this time. You know what I mean? Some of them are more aware where they know how to use or utilize or where they understand it to such a point where they know how to use this application or even detect when this application is being used, you know? So, we're grateful for that, you know, but again, like you're saying, we need to be like deep in this stuff, deep in it. I agree. Queen Nzinga agrees also. Queen Nzinga 74 said, I agree at Al Thomas. We have to know so that they can't use it against us. There you go. See, one day it says that under the groove last night, I was watching Yuck Mouth last night, sir, and they was literally laughing at the fact EBT payments, food stamps are getting cut. And I had to yell at him. Yeah, man. So again, some of this stuff we see people doing, I think for the most part, a lot of it is direct. They're directed to do a lot of this stuff, you know? Yeah, why would somebody laugh at that? Because, the fact of the matter is somebody's going to go home.
Yeah, somebody else's
downfall. Laughing at someone else's downfall or misfortune. This is, again, this is what we're seeing. This is what's in the community. Or this is what people is throwing back at the community, this type of behavior and mindset, man. That's a child, children, an old person who might need that service, that's gonna not have that, Why would that be funny to anybody?
Because it ain't them.
Now I said, and I stand by what I said. I said that, they created a system that, now, a lot of us are dependent on. A lot of us are dependent upon that service. I said, though, before the fact, as well as after now, this might be a thing where, where dependence is going to be cut off, and it may be a good thing. It depends on how we go about it. Cut the dependence string that they have tied around our waists or around our necks. But at the same time, we know that many will suffer as a result of this. We'll have some who'll figure out something else. They'll find another way. That's it's what it do. That's how we are. But then there are some that are really dependent on that. There's no other way. You know, what does that say to society, to our people? Okay, now, you know, we're not going to help feed you anymore. We don't, so you might well go do a crime. Hopefully we catch you. Not only do we catch you, but we catch you, put you in jail, take your kids. Put them in the system too. 2 birds, 1 stone, or however many that may be. It's a lot behind this stuff, y'all. There's a lot going on, man. We don't see. The playbook is open. Their playbook is wide open, man. They going not just chapter to chapter, they're going page to page. Ain't nothing funny about that. Ain't nothing funny about that. That's like him getting spit in the face and somebody laughing at him. For those families that need that service, and for them to take, or him to take that service, that's like spitting in their face. Come on, man. We don't tend to think, man. I wonder if I said this right. Shemariah Israel. Okay, I hope I said that right. Let me know. Zephaniah chapter, huh? Yeah, Shemaiah Israel 3918. Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together, ye gather together, O nation not desired. See, one day it said, man's friend got no respect for our bros and sisters. Soldier Denise said, we must remember that this is not a competition. Unfortunately, because of Willie Lynch syndrome, as I've labeled it, we're programmed to be at odds with each other. We must remove this from our thinking. And yeah, here it is, sister. I was saying a minute ago, a lot of what we see in terms of behavior, especially from a lot of our brothers and sisters, this is learned behavior. They learned it as a, you know, it's a Willie Lynch syndrome type thing. You're absolutely right. You know, Willie Lynch, you know, his idea in terms of how to deal with us is atrocious. There were atrocities being committed against us, man. And then they were being done by the so-called master or whatever. And brothers, I think, man, and some sisters looked at this as a form of power. You know, and they, come on, man, all they're doing is acting out, and it's been passed down through the generations. Acted out what was done to us by them. This is why we act like this. You know? This is why we act like this. This is why we do what we do against and to each other. Everything has to be a competition. Mine bigger than yours. Mine shinier than yours. You know, mine more crispier than yours. You know. It's crazy, man. Yeah. Queen Nzinga says, love and respect to all in the royal group congregation. See one day said, yeah, I thought about that too. Raymond Skull 102, being Aboriginal Australian, I'd only be chilling with my own, protecting my own. Raymond Skull says, once we take accountability for our shortcomings and we really stand on that truth, then we've unshackled change from our minds. Yet we'll still have some work to do. This movement has layers to it, like an onion, man. Like an onion. You know, when I talk to family members, you know, certain family members, I try to stress that it's a process. Life, it's a process, you know. Your metaphor, you know, there's layers to it. It's an onion. You know, same thing, you know. It's layers to this stuff, man. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Soldier Denise said to Raymond Skull, they can't help it. Warrior is embedded into our DNA. We must only re-educate. Hear, hear. We must teach our own children and take back our villages. Man, first we got to take back, like you said, the education. We have to re-educate ourselves, man. This is the only way we're going to get our villages back, our communities, through education, re-educating ourselves. Hold on, see one day it continued that. Okay, yeah, this see one day, I thought about that too. Raymond Skull 102, being an Aboriginal Australian, I only be chilling with my own, protecting my own. And we come from the same place. Y'all do just 150,000 years. We've been on this deep, deep. Make sure I read that in. We come from the same place. Oh, we come from the same place y'all do. Just 150,000 years we've been lost on this deep, deep. Yeah, go on there. Yeah. I ain't lost, sister. Y'all ain't lost. Y'all home. That's part of that stuff. Y'all ain't lost. I get what you're saying, though. Raymond Skull say, man, I'm in Indianapolis, Indiana. What, man? All right, now. All right, man. He said, I'm in Indianapolis, Indiana, and they don't like us here, and these brothers aren't focused in a racial or social way. But I'll be on point. Hey, man, we were saying earlier, brothers' antenna better go up. Y'all, hey, man, stop being this buddy thing, man, because that might, might not end well. Stay ready, you ain't got to get ready, man. That's an equalizer, if you ask me. That's the equalizer. Dude. Come on now. Man, come on. Desmond Chapman, 5029. Salute OG Bub, salute to the chat. Keep pushing this dope dialogue. It's a beautiful thing to see our people build it. Word. Peace and blessings, loved one. You already know what it do, man. Good to see you up in this get out. Good to see you up in this get out. All right. You go on to say, it's truly like a breath of fresh air. Excuse me. It's truly like a fresh breath air. But I know you're saying fresh breath air. All right. Real talk. There's so much nonsense out here. This get out is so needed again. Salute and blessing to you, OG Bub. Like I say, man, salute. Salutations to you and yours, bro, for coming in to get out. You know what to do. All love and respect. We are them people. We are them people, man. Don't nothing get us down, man. We keep pushing regardless. You know this better than most. You know this better than most, right? Let it keep doing what it's doing, all right? Appreciate you in this get out. This is Touching Bases with the People. You are on Under the Groove Podcast. This is where we see no evil, we hear no evil, and we speak no evil. However, we keep everything above board. It's what we call straight, man. We focus on the focus, we get down with the get out, and we put people over paper. People over paper. Black first. That's B1. B1 equals black first. Here, well, this is what I say. It's time for gang banging to die so brothers and sisters can live, all right? It's time for the ignorance, man, to be done away with. It's time for us to be re-educated, man, to understand what our roles, not just in our own lives, but in the lives of others really are. In the world, for instance, I've said this numerous times, many times. We are the world's saviors. A lot of us don't think so, don't believe it. But we are the savior of the world. We are the saviors of the world. And I'm pretty much sure that we're going to do just that. Not only do a lot of us say this and know this, the world knows it. So the devils is fighting for us not to be able to save the world. That's really what this shit about, man. You know, like I said, they got the playbook, man. You know, and they're able to write this playbook because they stored all the information. But little do they know, we don't need all that, man. It's already here. You know, it's like the book of Eli. Denzel walking through this desolate land, you know, after a nuclear holocaust or whatever. He's carrying his Bible. Now the devil wants the Bible though. This is why Opie wants the Bible. Because he's saying, I can take this Bible and I can rule the world. I can recreate shit the way I want it. They wouldn't know. Right? Now, long story short, white boy get the Bible. Ain't nothing written on no page of that thing. All right? It's in the man's DNA. He quotes scripture through DNA, man. Not only that, but he's a warrior. The man was with the business. This is our role. That's all I say. I watch the movie as many times as I can without upsetting my wife. Because I think the movie is profound. Hey, man, that's us. We are the saviors of the world. Without us carrying the knowledge, it's in our DNA, they're dead. It's over. It's just what I'm saying. And that's all I'm saying. They got the playbook, but they don't realize that we, you know, hey, man, all the shit y'all stole, y'all think y'all, you know, it's actually, it's all we gotta do is tap in. All we gotta do is let it reemerge, let it speak to us, let it do what it do. Y'all keep the playbook. We already know what's in it. What's in it is in us. You know, profound, man. That brother walking around with that blank Bible. That devil ain't know, them devils ain't know. That shit was in his DNA, man. The scripture. And he lived by it. you know, he gonna quote them scripture, for he gonna send them where they need to be. That's us, man. Fuck that. That's all I'm saying. Let's save the world, man. Let's save ourselves so we can save the world. Shit. Our DNA, man, nothing like it. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. All right, James Catch, you say hit that like button, man. Subscribe if you haven't. Like, share, comment, and subscribe if you will, people. This is Under the Groove, and we are touching bases with the people. That's what we do. Narsur times 2Z. He says, so are there 8 deuce Trey out here? Okay, now, listen, bro. What we know is out here is a bunch of black people want to do better, want to see better. We want to see gang banging dead. You know what I mean? So that brothers can live, so that sisters can live and thrive, man, and bring something better to our communities. We don't know nothing about no 8 deuce gangster, man. You know, this ain't the platform for that. You might want to go on, you know, on one of them other platforms, brother, where, you know, they talk about those sorts of things, where they put their gang politics stuff out there like that. Here, brother, we just want to congregate. We want to come together as brothers and sisters and discuss what we know we should be talking about. Spread love, support, man. You know, just be righteous about our get out, homie. You know, that's what we on, all right? So no disrespect, brother, but that's not that. This is not that. Yes, all right? Peace and blessings to you, man. All right. James Cass here went from papers. Yeah, it went from pages in Nokia flip phones to iPhones that can film personal high definition movies. It's a trip. That's a technology aspect. Like I said, man, what the iPhone does that shit. The Samsung Galaxy does it. Man, they got this shit, man. Listen, all of them got it. Shoot, they got some cars that can film probably better. All you gotta do is drive around in the car. And the car make you a movie. Shoot, you got Teslas with cameras, record everything. Some good footage too. Yeah, you probably have to ask some people who got caught as a result of that Tesla. High definition. I'm just saying, man. Yeah, shit is crazy, man. Yeah, so that was the Loonies, man. I used to mess with the Loonies too. See one dead. Yuck Mouth did that, man. Them boys out of the Bay Area, man. Man, my boys out of Oakland and Richmond, Santa Rosa, man. Put me up on there, man. Oh man, what? That one skit they had about, athletes, some ride the bench, some start or something. I forget how it go, but it was some fire when I first heard it. My Bay brothers put me up on the Loonies, man. And Yuck Mouth doing that, man. That ain't cool. You can call my boy tonight, man, my bro, man, and ask anybody you know about that. Man, that ain't cool. I could see that. I'd be grossed out. I'd be mad as hell too. See one day. I'd be mad as hell. James Cass said people are ignorant and insensitive. It's a shame. I don't laugh about much unless there's real comedic value in the content. Otherwise, I stay firm and stern about mine. No time for games and giggles. And real spit. Real spit. Hey, man, don't even get me on that, because, yeah, that part. I can see some stuff. Everybody will be laughing there, so I'll be looking at what the hell is so funny about that. That was some stupid shit, Real comedic shit, though. Yeah, I get it. I get it, bro. Yeah. Yeah, you ain't lying. See, when you hit that bracket, some people lose touch. Or they think, hey, I'm there. I'm getting food stamps anyway. Bet you somebody in their family do, though. You ain't thinking nothing about them. James Cass went on to say, I've been down and out. Not that I've been down and out. Not that I wish bad times on anybody, but it's all about how you persevere and come out of hardship stronger and better. What doesn't take us out only makes us more powerful. All right. See, when they said feds just went through K&A, most of the rest are young Porto men. James Cass said, I never look down or clown anyone who's broke or financially unstable. These issues typically stem from the very top. Billionaires are why many of us will never in our lives see $1 million. Yeah. They're finding ways to cut that out too. Because a certain amount of millionaires be made every year. Those numbers are dropping. Why? James went on to say, man, the greedy and rich constantly make it worse for the poor. And to think the middle class is being phased out because those who are employed are struggling as well, or even living out of their vehicles. That's right. There's only going to be one or two brackets. The haves or the have-nots. There's no middle ground, y'all. There's no middle class. There's no such thing. Either you got paper or you don't. And for those who don't have paper, guess what? They work 9 to 5. They make ends meet, man. Like you said, James, some of them living in their cars or living with other family members. But those are the ones who putting in the work, just trying to make sure they stay to keep their head above water. While the rich continue to get richer. They're not, man, listen. The system, the capitalistic system, the imperialists need, man, that shit need to go away. We gonna have to save the world, y'all. We're gonna have to save ourselves first so that we can save the world. Telling you, man. James going to say, man, appreciate you, bub. Love you, my brother. Peace, respect, and love to you and your beautiful queen, as well as your family. I'm under the groove in full effect. One. Likewise, man. Peace, love, respect to you and yours. You know, listen, man, there's value, I think, man. There's value in words, I think. All right. You've made us all rich, man, just by putting out what you put out. That don't just go for you. That goes for Raymond. You know, that goes for Al. You know, that goes for C1 Dead. That goes for every brother and sister that comes in here. You know, we have to appreciate everything we send to the point where we know what's being said is worth the while. There's value to it. You know, our words are what it's what propels us. It's really you know, they are what inspires us. Our words, as a result of what we think, we speak. As a result of what we speak, we tend to act. You know what I mean? Everything is above board here, man. All right. Everything is above board here. So I appreciate everybody, man. Does everybody appreciate everybody? That's it. But we're going to have to get this thing up and running for real, for real. We, I remember I started the podcast. I said, hey, man, we going to change. What I said, we going to change social media. I said that. I said that, man. We are going to change social media to where it benefits us. You know, it helps to build us. It helps us to excel. It educates us. We are going to change social media. I trust that, man. Mean it. And I mean it. We are going to do that. B1, black first, money, excuse me, B1, morals over money. B1, morals over money. Yeah. Man, let's get it in, y'all. On and on to the break of dawn. Raymond Skull says, for anyone to laugh at our own people during these times just shows that it's classism going on. The haves and the have-nots. See what they did. So I said to Yuck last night while he was laughing, he says, what y'all gonna do? I replied, coming to y'all house because we know y'all got food, MFs. Yeah. And that's another aspect of it. Yeah, okay. The haves and the have-nots. What you think the have-nots gonna do at some point? All right. Yeah. And again, y'all might be able to go up in that space station up in there for a little while. You can't be up there forever. You know, build you what's that movie with Ben Affleck's boy? I forget his name, but the movie's called Elysium, where the rich ran up into space to get away from the world. Again, another example of what's going on. Matt Damon was his name. And, you know, the rich then found a way to get off of Earth after they done destroyed it. You know, then siphoned all the resources, and, you know, polluted the water, you know, got radiation everywhere. Anyway, they ran off into orbit or space. Man, the have-nots found a way to get their asses up there. And they went up in that thing, man, and say, hey, oh, y'all got machines that can heal the sick. Y'all got food up there. We stand. We're staying. Yeah. Yeah, laugh all you want him, man. Be knocking at your door. We knocking at your door, man, what food at? And we coming to the front door, not the back, not the pantry door. Sure. Yeah. All right, people. It's that time. We're in dire straits, man, but we don't have to be. You know, let me put it to you like that. We're in a situation where trust and know that this is the first time we've seen as a people hard times, or where it seems our people have turned reality, our society on its back. It's not. It's not. There's nothing new under the sun, people. All right. And that may include technology, as far as we know. All right. I'm saying this, I'm saying all that to say the fight continues, man. You know, we've been preparing for hundreds of years, man, for this fight. You know, again, our DNA will give us the blueprint game plan. You know, our playbook is already within us. We don't have to actually sit down and write a new one. We ain't got to go and raid votes and museums to get our knowledge. We already possess it. I think, though, in order for us to know that it's ours and we have it, we have to allow ourselves to love. I think that's the key. A lot of us don't love ourselves. The fact, y'all. We got a lot of us that can't stand who they are, what they are. It shows in how they are when it comes to others look just like them. We have to get to the point where we love ourselves, man. That's the only way. I think that's the key. That's the key to changing the paradigm, you know, to saving the world. We have to understand what this love is. You know, they say that Jesus was us, you know, and they say scripture says that. Us. All right. He was in the likeness of us. All right. Jesus was what? Love. Ain't that what they say? Come on, man. We got to get to the point where we love ourselves, man. And only through that, man, will we be able to love others who look just like us, and even some others who don't. Let's be one of them, you know. But in order for us to change the world, we have to change ourselves. We have to accept our true selves, you know, our essence, our core is love. That's all it is. And the rest gonna fall in place. But we're gonna know exactly what to do and how to do it as a result of love. Love it's gonna get us to where we're supposed to be. You know, it's gonna get us to wars, it's gonna get us to a whole lot of shit. But we're gonna have to love ourselves, man, in order to love each other so we get to where we need to be. So we can get to the point where we're saving the damn world, man. We're superheroes, we don't even know it. I'm just saying, that God gene is something else, y'all. That God gene is something else. So I'm close with that, man. I love the people, you know. I think the power is in the people as much as there's power to the people, you know. But be one equals black first. Let's be black, man. We black for a reason. We black for a reason. Let's be that. All right. Let's be that. Let's embrace it. All right. Peace and love to everybody in the Royal Group congregation. Peace and blessings, man, to all those who came today and sat down with us, man, and got aboard what we talking about, man, for the first time. I'd like to let you guys know you're welcome back any Tuesday and Thursday from 6:15 until, like I said, get that not a phone call. Go check out Under the Groove podcast. We dropped something today honoring the sisters, allowing those sisters, Soldier Denise Williams, Lasite, Karen Brown, and Miss Caitlin Perkins, also known as Miss Cat. These sisters have a wealth of knowledge through their experiences they're sharing with the brothers and sisters, all right? A sister's perspective is important. We're not gonna get nothing done without it, all right? They have to be involved, and in most cases, some instances, they're gonna have to lead. We got to allow that. That being said, man, peace and love. Everybody have a good night. Those of you on the down, Grand Rising, take care of yourselves, everybody, so that you can take care of others. Look just like you, think like you, and want to be what you are or a part of. This whole get down we call a collective, all right? You are, you have been, and you will be under the groove. Powers in the people, y'all. One love.
Tripping off a life, black woman's point of view. Can't afford to slip on legs, break it loose. Ooh, I think we really need a truce. A lot of mixing love all up in that juice. Status legendary, powerful, very divine. Intervene until it's scary. I gotta pay my condolences. Rest in power, Bloody Mary. Flowing through my veins, cycle of pain. Confident with all intent, but not vain. We gotta make a change. Hard to survive if things remain the same. Black and beautiful as ever, but naked all the time. No, never. Young queen, you fire. We wanna see your business attire. To all my kings, get off them skinny jeans. Cut the sack, some slack. See, we remember how it used to be. We want you to bring that back. 7 years, a day's long, the thrill is gone. See, this is me letting you hang on. She gon' sing that song. Rocks flexing her strong. Music is my method, never neglected. But I use it to relax when it's hectic. Flexing her vibe. Heart full of love and it's all the way live. Rocks gon' keep it righteous and keep it true. It's not what they say, only what they do. Roxy the Duchess, you see that Roxy the Duchess.
All the time I spent on you, all the time I spent on you. But you keep me hanging on.
I rest my case.